Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, got another Soul Land Reloaded video up today. So we have a new event for an SS Plus Divine Tool, Asura Divine Sword. Reduce enemy team's attack speed and increase allies' attack speed. Connects two enemies, transfers additional damage to each other. Manually casting soul skills will cause high damage to random targets. So this looks like a pretty good thing. Standard event running for 3 days under the Asura Divine Sword, of course, moniker here. So we've got a standard 3-day login. Today's first day. Top ups, Divine Tool Inheritance. As you know, get a certain number of shards, you get some rewards. And then we've got this links in with the actual Summer Carnival. That's where you get those slices of watermelon chilled watermelon is from there. You definitely want to take part in that because these are actually good. This is actually good for this is the SS Plus Sea God and the SS Plus Trident Sea God Trident. So you definitely want to try to get these. I've already maxed out this, but I still have about 70 or so shards, or no, 70, 60, almost 130 shards to fully max this out. So you can get a lot of those shards right here. I've already purchased several things inside of here. So you definitely want to take a look at completing this as much as you can. Then they've got the sale, of course. You want to purchase the shards, of course. You want to purchase all 30 of those, okay? I have 60 because there's a normal mode that you get an extra set of them from. So you definitely want to purchase the 30 here. This right here is for the Godly Form of Sword, which is another one previous. So there's another 30 shards for that in there. So you definitely want to keep an eye on that as well too. Okay, and then they've got some Sea God sets, so you want to purchase that as well too. And they've also got some Oracle crystals. This is the ones that, and then you get the breakthrough stones right here. So as you can see, it's knocked me back down. I was well over 20, knocked me back down to 10. It was actually a little bit lower than that when I did the initial purchase. And then you've got a normal mode right here. Of course, I already took care of this. You only get 30 this time. Normally they give you 10, but that's in it per character. Since this is an SS Plus, new SS Plus Divine Tool, they're a little bit more, let's say, less liberal with the actual shards. So you can only get 30 inside of this. So 30, 30, 60. Okay, so that's what you're looking at right now. There is no latching in of a remote event for that. So that's good. You can also get some outside of the treasure if you want to draw on this. Yeah, right here, a Divine Sword. So it is in some of the chests. So if you can get lucky with that tie-in, you might be able to get a little bit more. I didn't hit that. I actually did hit the Sea God set when I did it today. So that was nice. So hopefully be able to hit some other stuff with that as well. So that's going on. The Summer Carnival is still going on, of course. This is still up for 3 days. Remember, just run your, if you participate in all of the actual events, you gather the lemonades, the children, all that stuff that you need for this. You'll be able to find that. Chilled watermelon, ice sodas, and the chest. You'll be able to get all of that. As you can see, chilled drops from the stage, the watermelon. So you want to focus on this because this get the watermelon. The watermelon was be able to get those Sea God set shards. Ice soda drops in the arena and the Grand Master, and then Summer Vacation drops in the arena and Grand Masters. Okay, so make sure that you join the arena and the Grand Master, and make sure you're running stages so that you can participate. Because they got, like I said in the previous video, they've got some really good resources inside of here, tickets and whatnot. If you're like me, needing to get my hands on a lot of those tickets to do the final awakening for my actual character, which is going to be Ren, to do the final 5th level awakening on her. I've already done the 5th level awakening on Pure Sky, but I'm doing my 5th level awakening on Ren. You need 3 of her weapons, and that's 5,500 tickets per. So that translates to roughly 16,500 tickets. So that's a lot of tickets. You can get a large number of them inside of here. Okay, this is 100 tickets per pop. Okay, so and they have them inside of the time limited event in the weekly bag right here. Three, so you can get 4,500 right here. So they're allowing you to get, which is good. I'm close, but still got a ways to go. I've still got about 5,000 to go, and I'll be able to actually get purchase her weapon 3 times. It's Ren's weapon right here, 5,500. All the SS plus weapons, as you can see, are 5,500, and then the actual SS weapons are 4,500. Okay, and then the regular S weapons are 3,000. So keep that in mind. But yeah, so I need 16,500. So that's what I'm working on. All right, so Avenue Festival, of course, make sure this is always completed. You always want to make sure to get this. They are giving you a full SS shard. This is the chance to complete your divine skills. I've completed the divine skills for most of my SS characters. There's a few I'm still working on, but the main ones have been completed, and that's a great boost to your BP. You got to use those guys as support, so you need to keep them up there. I finished the battle pass. There's really nothing for me to do anymore, unless you purchase the actual elite, but for what you get, not quite a little bit worth it. Red packet drop, of course, as always, participate in this, because this is a chance to get the accumulated diamonds. It's a good way to refresh your diamonds when they have the packet drop. So make sure that you are participating in that. Time limited buy has been set up. Unfortunately, they really dropped it at a bad time, because, like I say, we're already inside of 2 other events running at the same time. So it's really not very useful. So we're just running down our diamonds big time, but we'll get our diamonds back up. So, but all of these things are good. I actually don't need many of those. I'm actually in good shape. One thing I did do yesterday when I was doing a little bit of fresh is focused on my enhancements for my. These are all maxed out now. I've maxed out the actual levels for all of my gear. So all my gear is up to 190 or 192. Actually, you can get some of them to that. I also managed to max out the soul bones at 90, and I've started to do the next level of advancement for them, awakening them to red 1. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, is starting that on red 1. So it takes a little bit longer. There's a lot of stuff going on in the soul bones. You've got your breakthroughs, you've got your advancements. So it's a little bit it takes time to do it, because you can only get so much of the rewards in a certain amount of time. Since we're doing this for free to play, I mean, I haven't spent any money on the game yet. It's really difficult to actually do this fast. But you want to focus on those your 5 SS pluses. Understand that all of the SS plus characters are good. Okay. Some are slightly better than others, but that's very slight. Replacing an SS plus with another SS plus is not going to completely change the amount of damage you're doing. If it's a better one fit for what you're doing, you'll see a minor increase. I saw a minor increase when I put BB Dong in, but that's because BB Dong does a lot more single target focus. BB Dong is also hard to kill. She actually outlasts Clear Sky on occasion, because she has the ability to go in. She actually encases herself in an armor. She also has the ability to teleport behind the boss. She'll do that on the tree all the time. She'll be standing back there by Yen, flashing out her skills, and all of a sudden she'll disappear, and she'll appear behind the treant, and she's not getting any damage done to her because she's behind. So she's whipping on him. Usually what he does is he encases her in vines, because he can't damage her, so he just tries to neutralize her. Unfortunately, that makes it difficult to get the vines off of her, because she's in a spot behind, and it's right at the edge of the screen. So it's really difficult. But it doesn't kill her, because she activates the armor, and then she teleports back out to the front. Okay, so I'm still trying to get down her movements. Bo is easy. Bo just stands pretty much in the same spot and just unleashes her skills. Unfortunately, she's unleashing AoE most of the time, and there's really only one trident, so half of the AoE waves that she's rolling out don't hit him, so that's the reason she wasn't doing quite as much damage um, as Rakashi is, because Rakashi is more, she can attack more. She can attack multiple, but she can attack more, focus more on one if she needs to, and that's what. Plus, she has debuffs and buffs, which makes her exceedingly well as good. So I've definitely seen a minor increase um, in that, and the survivability is just a plus. I mean, it really is. Um, she does on occasion outlast Clear Sky, and so that's how much survivability she's got. Now, don't now understand, she survives more than Clear Sky because she doesn't go melee all the time. The only time she goes melee is when she casts herself behind the target, and then she's behind the target, so the damage she's going to take is much less than she would be from the front. Clear Sky is still front and center attacking, okay? So, even on the Treant, sometimes he dies on the Treant, unfortunately. He usually ends up lasting, but sometimes he doesn't, especially if Ayin gets taken out quick. It's really hard because he tends to vine her first. Okay, so you got to get quick to get the vines to get those vines released off of her before she dies. Sometimes you don't do it, so if she gets taken out fairly quick, Clear Sky can't quite heal himself fast enough to survive till the end. Rakasha has no problem either way. She with the abilities that she's got, survivability is one of her things, and she does excellent damage as well as a buff. So she's a really good character. Okay, but what I did was I decided to go ahead and start focus. I have enough shards saved up to bring Wrong to max Moon Sun when I get her, which will be in another 4 weeks probably. So in the meantime, I just decided to go ahead and bring up Asura Tang Chen. I'll go ahead and bring him up as I get the shards to do it. Since I have enough, if I can upgrade, I can upgrade. And that's what I'll do, is I'll just continue to upgrade him until I can't upgrade him anymore. I'll continue for the next, 3 to 4 weeks before Wrong. Because like I say, when Wrong comes out, I'll have the stuff. I already got the stuff for her. So there's no use waiting back on Tang Chen. I'm going to get him up. I should have him up probably in maybe 2.5 weeks. He'll be fully ready. And I'll stick him in there and see if I do a little bit better. Tang Chen, I've heard, does a massive amount of damage. So I'll give him a try. I am absolutely not averse to trying new characters in the main team to see if they're more, if I can get a little bit more better, a higher BP, switching around things. So I've got no problem with that. So I've been bringing him up. I've already brought him through all of his stars, and then now 2 moon, of course. And then we'll take him up. We'll take him up into the suns, and we'll see. I might not have enough to get him done before Wrong comes out. But I'll work on him until then, since I've got the chests I need for the shards I need for Wrong. So there's no use just setting those shards gather dust. Might as well start using them. So that's where I'm at. So I'm bringing him up as sort of a side project. Main focus. I hit 95 a couple days ago, so I've got a new slot opened up. So I kept Ren. I did not regenerate Ren, because I knew that when I hit 95, I was going to have to bring her back in. So I'm going to do that once Wrong comes up. I'll be able to, of course, take Ren back out. So the only S character will be a full 5 moon BB Dong. And then, of course, the character after Wrong, probably Wu, most likely, the new SS plus Wu. I think I'll be able to have a full team of SS plus and SS at that point. So I won't be using any more of the S characters. So for those of you looking, I've been playing the game since its inception. I have all of the SS plus characters. All of them are pretty much maxed except for Asura Tang Chen, which I'm working on right now. And I'm just now getting to the point where S characters will no longer be in my team. Okay, so if you're just starting the game, or if you're fairly new to the game, here's what it's going to look like with your level 95. It looks like you're going to be roughly at level 95 before I've got all the characters. If you just started the game, you're obviously not. So that's how important S characters are. and you will be using S characters for quite some time. So go ahead and dump the mats, max them out. You can always regenerate them once they've served their usefulness, but you might as well max them out at this point, or get them to a comfortable sun, 1 sun, 2 sun, just to give you some added things. You don't want to be spending, of course, too much shards into them, because those S shards can be used on the SS Plus and SS characters. So you don't want to, but if you're just doing them right now, you can go ahead and max some of them out. I got to the point where I was, she was my biggest character at this point. Where's S BB Dong? Right here. She's at 5 moon. So I got her to 5 moon, and then that's when they started introducing. By the time I got her to 5 moon, I was able to start grabbing the SS characters that were out there. Okay, so I was able to start grabbing the Chens and the Tang Sans. So I stopped focusing my shards on her and started focusing them on the SSs. So once you get to a point where you can obtain SSs, you want to stop putting shards and all the shards that you go into your SSs and your SS pluses, because SSs and SS pluses are better than S's. Okay. The difference between S and SS is pretty significant in most cases. The difference between an SS and SS plus is it's shown to be, for certain characters, it's shown to be a large, but in overall basic stat increase, damage increases for some of the attack types. Still noticeable, but not as noticeable. So keep that in mind when you're building characters, and make sure you shave the shards for the SSs and the SS pluses. Now, as you can see, I've got I stopped my SSs at 3 sun simply because of the fact that I was getting SS plus at a fairly decent clip, that it was apparent that I was going to be able to make a team of SS pluses. So I started focusing the shards to the SS plus, because they use the same shards. To level the character up, enhancement, it requires S shards for both. So it's no different, so you have to prioritize who gets your S shards. I mean, you can gather a large hunk of shards, but as you've seen in my video, I believe, what was it, 16,000 something that you need to actually max out a character to 5 moon. Two videos back last week we did that. It's in the description. I was 100 off for the actual video because I used 510 instead of 610, but it'll tell you exactly how many shards you need to take a character from base after summoning it to a max of 5 sun. It's a lot of shards. So it takes a while to gather those shards. But if you play the game on a consistent basis, you can usually gather up those amount of shards in a fairly decent time. So we'll go ahead, but yeah, I think it's something like 10,100 shards or something like that, I believe is what it comes down to. 10,001. So it takes a little while to do it. Okay, so remember that. But it's a couple videos back. We actually do it for BB Dong. We summoned BB Dong and then we leveled her up. Boom, boom, upgraded her. Boom, 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 and then added up how many of those shards we used, and it was a little over 10,000, I believe, was what the final total was. It's in the playlist, so you can look back a little bit to find it. But it's so that's the reason we're at. But as you can see, S characters are going to be into your team for a long time. Okay, I've got some people questioning about should you be spending money on characters. So let's take a look at this from a standpoint. All right, each character has 2 events to its name. Okay, we use Clear Sky as an example. Clear Sky had 1 event. Okay, they give you shards in that event. Then that 2 weeks that event will repeat. They'll give you more shards in that event. Then the next event will be a new character. Okay, in this case it was the 2nd character that was released. Okay, inside of that event there will be a chest in the Soul Master sales shop, and inside that chest will be the remaining shards needed to complete Clear Sky. So in 3 events you will get Clear Sky. You will not have to purchase anything. Now in the Clear Sky events, the first 2, you could purchase for money some more of the shards. all it's going to do is speed it up. You'll get the character a little bit faster. Okay, instead of taking 4 to 6 weeks to get the character, you can probably do it in 2-3 weeks. Okay, that's all you're going to get from it. Okay, so you know, considering they're introducing the characters and making it so you can get the characters, there's really, I don't see any reason to spend money just to get it faster. But if you want it faster, that's the way to do it. I don't. I've got all the characters, and like I said, I haven't spent any money, so I just make sure I participate in the events. Each event comes up; it's for 3 days, so it's not like you have to log on every single day. But you do need to keep it, because there's no rhyme or reason as to, they're roughly, they'll have the event a week and a half, 2 weeks later. They'll have the second event a week and a half, 2 weeks later. They'll have the third event. So it's been pretty consistent so far. That's the way they've done all of the SS Plus characters. So no entrance on the chain. So we know the next two are going to be Wu, SS Plus Wu, and an SS Plus Tag Sam. We're not sure which is going to be it. My assumption is it'll be Wu, simply because we haven't seen Wu in a really long time. If you've watched the anime, Wu doesn't come on until the end very much. So that's what we're probably going to see. And then we'll see a Tang San. Tang San will be the first character that has an S, SS Plus, or an S, SS, and an SS Plus. He'll be the first character that have all three, run the gamut of full set of characters. Plus he has I think it's a B. It's a B or an A. I can't remember which one, but it's his beginning character as he's young. But he has an S character, an SS, and an SS Plus. We have not seen the SS Plus yet. This is the SS. This was the first SS character that was introduced. They introduced SS Tang San and SS Chen, and that was it. They next went straight to SS Pluses. So, Zhu and all them had already been introduced at the beginning of the game. When the game, in its inception, they were introduced. So that's his SS, and then he's got his S. I regenerated his S. You got a B, is what it is. So he's a B. Then he has right here's his S. So he has a B, an S, an SS, and he's now going to have an SS Plus. Wu has a B, okay, and she has an S, and that's all we've seen from her at this point. So my assumption is we will see her. She'll probably be the next character, and she should be an SS Plus character. That would be my assumption. Okay, I'm just really glad we got wrong, because I was looking for an SS Plus healer to complete an SS Plus team. So Ayin will move to the second team, and Wrong will take her place as the primary healer. And if the healing's not enough, or if she doesn't meet up to snuff, I'll just move Ayin back. But based on what we've seen, we're going to get a little bit more support out of Wrong than we are out of Ayin. And if you notice, if you've watched the anime or read any of the novel, you'll understand that Wrong's more of a support character. But she's got a lot of healing in there too. So that's her help, as well as stat buffs, attack buffs, and things like that. She has a whole kit, which just reeks support and healing. So I think we'll be able to get a little bit more out of her than we will on Ayin. Ayin's just a massive healer, with just a teeny weeny bit support. We're going to see a little bit more 50-50 with Wrong, I think. So we should be able to get a bit more out of her. So that's what we're looking for. But yeah, so we've had the first event for her. Now, if everything continues, they'll give us the next event for Wrong will probably be sometime next week, end of next week, most likely. Maybe the beginning of the following week. We'll get 20 more shards in that event, bringing us up to 110. Okay, they might after that give you some shards for free, to entice you to make a purchase. Because I think you could only purchase like 15 or 25 shards. You can't actually purchase 20 shards, which is the shards that you actually need to complete her. So they give us, they'll give you this to get you 110, and they'll give you 5 more shards and a chest in the login to give you 115, so that will entice you to purchase the 15 shard pack, which will allow you to complete the character. Otherwise, you'd have to purchase the $25.99 pack, which has the the 20 shards in it. So they by doing that, they entice people to make the purchase. I of course ignore it. I just take the shards as a thank you, and it's a chest, so I usually use it for someone else because it's going to have all of the SS Plus characters in it because it's a full cover chest. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know. So, but if you want it faster than everybody else, or maybe you're going to be out of pocket for a while, might not be able to log on consistently. Maybe only we get on once or twice a week. Then it might be something that you want to consider, just to make sure that you do actually get the character. All right, so that's what we're looking at this point. So I'm bringing things up. Like I said, I've been min-maxing out my characters. So just I'm working on getting Clear Sky up here. Just trying to get him up to +3, so I can increase the skill set. It takes a really long time to get these these seals. Really difficult to get them in a timely manner. It's best time to do it is when they're having the 2+. So see right there, some of those chilled watermelon that you want to get. That's why I'm saying you want to make sure that you utilize all of this. So it's difficult to get these soul rings. So you just got to keep on it. I've already did 100 and some today, so it's not like and I do have enough now to do the legendary beast. I'm going to be logging on shortly after this, so unfortunately I won't be able to share it. Normally, if I'm doing it during the day, I'll just I'll open it up, I'll hit it once with a sweep 1, and then I'll leave it for somebody else to kill. The problem is if nobody comes in to kill it in a certain time frame, we don't get the reward. So since I'm not going to be logged on to make sure it actually gets killed, I'll go ahead and take it out. All right, so that's all set. Got everything back down. Yeah, so spend 20 to get my stamina so I can do some more. Always make sure that you are keeping your stamina below the max number so that it's constantly regenerating. That's why I try to log on at least once, and then hit the day in the hit it in the evening as well too, so I can clear all this out. The only recommended that these are just normal, so I'm only going to get like 1 or 2 every one. But if you get a recommended one of these stories recommended, sometimes you could double the rewards, so you can get it a lot faster. And as you can see, you're already up to 85 soul rings just to do one. So that's 170 of these Beastie Boys to make that +3 jump. So it takes a while to do that many, but they'll have a +2 event up, and when they do, just make sure. I'll run a lot on +2. I'll go up to 200 stamina a day sometimes with the +2s, just to get all of the ones that I can. Right now, it's not that big of a deal. I've got everybody up to +2, so by the time Wrong comes out, I should have most of them finish and be ready to go. Wrong's going to be a healer, so I've got a lot of healer mats saved up. So I'm pretty confident I'll be able to take her up to a +2 without much work. Since Ayin was finished at 5 Moon, and I'd been running the mats to get her, and I was expecting Wrong to come out pretty soon. So I actually started running the mats a while ago. So I've probably got a large number of mats waiting for her. We'll have to see. We'll do a video the day I summon her. We'll run her up and see what happens. But yeah, just bring it up. But right now, I'll be checking on the support mats, make sure I got them, and then I'll start focusing on bringing up Tang Chin. Although I've already got Sir Tang Chin up pretty good in terms of his breakthroughs. As you can see, I've already got him up to +1, red +1. So he's pretty much far enough along to be considered something that might be implemented. Just need to get his a few things set up on him. I need to get his actual avatar set up, and then of course roll things around to give him a try. But yeah, right now it's just getting him up to 5 Sun. It's going to take a little bit of time. Probably 2 or 3 days. Every 2 or 3 days, I'll be able to take him up a level until we get, to 5s, until we get into the suns, and then, it could take a week. But we'll be close. I mean, I should have him up to 3 or 4 sun by the time Wrong drops, because I'm not going to purchase shards to get her early. I'll just let it run its course, and we'll go from there. All right, so that's pretty much all I've got. Just keep focusing on stuff, like I say. Another SS Plus tool, which we can use. It's got a good skill set. So, you know, the shards for these are not hard to come by. So just get it, and then whenever an event comes up, purchase the chest to get the remaining shards until you can summon it. It's, you know, there's no set game plan for these like there is for the characters. So it's just get it, and whenever you can, get shards for it, and make a determination as to which ones you want to use. You're not going to be able to use all of the divine tools once you get them, unless you spend a large, and I'm talking a large sum of money, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, purchasing trances and stuff inside to get extra chests, to get the shards, or purchasing the shards with money. If you're doing it from a free-to-play perspective, it's best to just get one or two and focus on those. And whenever you get a chest that has multiple shard choices, you choose those until you've got those maxed out. Then you start rolling it down. I mean, that's what I'm doing with the with these. As you can see, Sea God's Trident is maxed. This, I'm maxing the Sea God set. Okay. Once they're maxed, then I'll start, you know, focusing on Godly Form Asura. Once it's maxed, I'll then start focusing on the Divine Sword, and that's just the way it goes. Okay, you can't really, you know, the shards are limited in terms of we don't get shards. It comes in spurts. They'll have nothing for divine tools, and then all of a sudden they'll throw a couple chests in the weekly, and they'll have an event, or they're introduced into it, and in that time you'll get a chance to get some shards. And the shards I'm getting are going into the Sea Gods. So that's the way you have to. That's the way you have to do it. I'm using Godly Form Asura. You have 4 divine tools, so I'm using Godly Form Asura, Sea God's Trident, Atlas Divine Spirit at this point. So I've got the 4, and the 4 that I'm using right here. I tried the Cosmic Shield, but even with, still got more out of it with Godly Form Asura, even at 1 star. Because this is an S, not an SS plus, so that's what, or an SS. That's why it's throwing out more damage, and more protection in this case. All right, so yeah, get in there, knock it out, have fun. Time limited buy. Don't forget to participate in this. Not going to be out much longer. It ends in a couple of days on the 15th. So get whatever you want in here. They got some really good stuff in here. You might want to look into purchasing it. I've got both of these maxed, so it's really not useful for me in terms of that. But this right here is more shot for the Sea God set. So even though it's going to knock me down pretty good, I'm still going to purchase them because that's 10. Okay, and like I said, don't get these very often, so it's best to actually participate when you can. We can always get those diamonds back up. That's not that big of a deal. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe once you subscribe. You'll see the bell. Click on it. You get notified each time I drop a video. Also, remember to like and share. Helps the channel immensely. Kendrick coming at you from the corner. Signing out.